Welcome. Hold on. I need to make sure my audio is working. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, audio's working. Anyways, hi guys. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I asked for a shift in conversation, and then I was told today's conversation would be about missing you so deeply. You see how my eyes get so big? I don't know where this convo is going to go. I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to go with it though. So I'm just getting some of the cards ready, and then we're going to start. Sip some of my tea. Ooh, while I'm getting the cards ready, if you guys are not already part of the Soul Sanctuary, now's a good time to go ahead and join. This is a recurring contribution for our church. Right after this live stream, I'm going to be going and chatting with the congregation over there. If you want to be part of that conversation, you got to sign up. You got to sign up, become a member of our congregation. It's a recurring contribution. All the funds go directly to our church and help to fund church activities. Let's get started with this convo. I don't know where this is going to go, but it has me nervous. Okay. I already knew. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So something's being rehashed. How's the weather in your area? Has the weather been nice? I wish just you guys want to just chit chat? I'm just gonna go ahead and drink some of this. Just drinking some of my detox tea to detox my words. So here it is. Guidance. There's guidance that's taking place right now. You're being guided into something. That is how we will phrase it. Okay. It might be you, it might be someone else, because look here. Look right here. There is this masculine energy that's being guided right now, right? He's being guided right now. I mean, I don't really know what to make of it. It is this energy that's being guided. I'm assuming this is something or someone that you have pushed away, knowingly pushed away. And maybe some of your concern is about boundaries being established. And, whatever this is, whoever this is, they're still operating within the boundaries that you've established. They're not being disrespectful in any type of way. Okay. So, so much anxiety. Okay. I just really don't want a restart of stalker behavior is the reason. And I'm just being fully transparent. I'm speaking. I'm speaking about a specific person. Yeah, here's the thing. This is a general reading for other people. This is not about me and my life. Just want to make that clear. Sorry. Okay. I would really like the conclusion of certain specific legalities. So just fucking stop. Okay. I got that off my chest. Now I'm burning hot. Oh my God. Anyways, so for all of y'all, whoever this masculine is, whatever connection that you guys had, you still have it. You still have it. It didn't die. It didn't die. Yeah, no, it's still just been slowly progressing, slowly just continuing to percolate. Okay. It's been slowly doing whatever it's doing, and it's being renewed. Springtime renewal. Whatever this is, it's being renewed. Okay. Michael says to just breathe. Put my little hat on. We're just gonna breathe. We're gonna we're just okay. So whatever this is, it's not done. So for those of you who thought that some type of soul-based connection was done, it's not done, right? This is a soul-based connection that is very respectful. They've never been disrespectful to you. They've never violated your space. They've never violated your boundaries. This is something that's been very, very, very respectful. So clearly, we're not talking about stalkers. I just feel like I got to keep emphasizing that because some people are MICRO dose. MICRO microdose. Oh, okay. I just had to sing a little song. Okay. You've been in an emotional winter and you're not going to continue with that. Whatever this is needs to be allowed, or else you will not fulfill the things that need to be fulfilled. So what do you need to do? What is it? Let's see this from a non-anxiety point of view. Who's being missed? Is it you? Is it Michael says? Michael says, don't try and put a spin on this. I mean, it could be the masculine and feminine that lives inside you. It could be your parts, right? It could be you kind of like converging into a space of wholeness. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what the other cards say. Due to avoidance, whatever it is you've been avoiding, you've kind of stepped off of the sacred journey path. You've kind of just been wandering around the wilderness. And maybe that's what you needed to do for a period, right? Maybe you needed to wander around your internal wilderness for a period just to get a better sense of what you're actually doing, the lay of your land. This is, I don't know why it's giving me a lot of just, it's causing a surging of energy. You have to walk your truth. And wherever you're walking, remember, you're being brought back onto your sacred journey, right? The sacred path, walking your truth towards this cosmic connection. I hate these type of readings. I do. Okay. So there's something cosmic, a cosmic connection that needs to really be explored. Whatever this cosmic connection that's needing to be explored, it's leading to the opening of a new chapter in your life, a new space of existence, a new space of just uh it's a new chapter. We don't know what's going to happen with this. I don't think you really have any idea of where this is going. Um, Maybe it has to do with work. Work. Or maybe it has to do with I don't want to I don't know what it has to do with. Michael is like super talkative right now. I don't know what this has to do with, but whatever it has to do with, you need to have some compassion for yourself and everyone involved. Again, reiterating, whatever this is has nothing to do with a toxic person who has violated your space, who has been disrespectful to you. So, I want you guys to fully understand you are not being encouraged by soul to return back to a toxic circumstance that's been very disrespectful of you. Disrespect is a major deal breaker. Violating boundaries, violating sacred space, trying to force themselves upon you is an absolute deal breaker. Hell no. Hell no. I'm serious. Hell no. Um, this is not something that okay, Michael says be careful how I phrase this. Da, na, 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 na. Dum, 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 dum. I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Okay. The reason this is dragged on is because parties involved, you and whoever this other party is, you guys have been very upside down in your self-worth. You've been very upside down in your beliefs of what should be allowed and what should not be allowed. Um, hmm. I don't know. I don't know. But you guys need to let go of that old pattern. You and whoever this is, if it's another part of you, you need to come to some center point where you begin understanding, like, okay, I need to allow healing to occur. Because look, the cards are calling you out. This is not a personal reading for me. This is for you guys. It's for all of you guys. Um, yeah, there hasn't been any healing that's occurring. Twin ray healing, it's in reverse. So that means this has been stagnant and it has to do with a fear of repeating something from a previous life. You have control over this life. You don't have to repeat old patterns if you don't want to. If you're not going to look at the old pattern and acknowledge it for what it is, then there's a likelihood you, in fact, will repeat it. So if you don't like it, don't do it. It's very simple. If you don't like it, don't do it. It's time for you to begin observing where your traumas are being kept. And I'm wondering if this whole missing you thing is more of the higher selves triggering more trauma to rise to the surface to be cleared out. And oh, Michaela over here, who is never Mr. Romantical, is like, what if they just miss you? Then someone misses you. Someone misses you. That's that. I mean, what's there really to like, I don't know. Then someone misses you. I mean, what are you guys going through that this is so difficult? Are you hesitant to reconnect with someone you can't stop thinking of anyways? I mean, this is so exhausting. This is like my little autistic brain just can't handle this. Like if you miss someone and according to these cards, they've always respected your boundaries. Why can't you just reach out and be like, "Hey, how are you? I miss you." What's so hard about that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you guys need to do, but whatever this is, I feel like it's gone on for long enough. I feel like you're giving me indigestion. I do. I feel like you're giving me indigestion, and it just really I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys really need me to lecture you on this? I come from a school of thought where if you want something, go get it. Unless you're a toxic mofo, then leave everyone alone. If you're not toxic, which I don't feel like people in our community are in denial of whatever toxicity exists in them. Why don't you go ahead and do the work that needs to be done so that you could heal your toxic traits and return back to a space of neutral so that you can approach the people you want to approach, right? Like for me personally, I am super approachable if you're not toxic. If you're toxic, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I am just waiting for the day when someone from the gym asks me about this one elder op that's there. And I'm just going to be like, yeah, nah, I don't like him. And they're going to be like, why don't you like him? Because he tried to force me to be his friend. I don't like that shit. Like, go stretch your shoulders somewhere else, mofo. Mofo. I don't take well to the disrespect of my boundaries and my space. I especially don't take very kindly to people wasting my time when I'm at the gym. If you know that you cannot move forward from something or someone, you need to just address that already. Or you need to be the young Padawan of a Capricorn master. Capricorns can shut off feelings like a mofo. Yeah. Thank God. Thank God. Capricorn moon, Capricorn Venus. And I'm just like, doop, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. If you don't have the capacity to do that, you need to address this because you're just making yourself all kind of sick inside, trying to ignore this pining away. How does that even work? Why would you pine away for someone? I don't understand it. Genuinely. I don't understand that. Cuz in my mind, you don't let go unless you're done. So once I let go, I'm done. And if I'm done, it's finished. It's done. I don't know. There's some detail that's being hidden from you. I think they're ooh, they're watching you again. Look at that. They're watching you again. They're hiding behind things. Maybe they're using fake accounts or something. I don't know. I don't know. This Michael, this better not be about no stalker shit. I'm telling you right now. He's like, "Are you going to start throwing things?" I'm considering it. That's a fabulous way to put me in a badass mood. That's fabulous. Um, I don't know. There's something being hidden from you. I think they're watching you. I don't, and that sounds creepier than the feel that I'm being given because I'm not being given the feel that they're creepy. Whoever this is for you, they don't feel creepy. I don't like creepy people. I would tell you if it feels creepy. Now, oh, for a small, small select number of you, you're dealing with a creepy ass person, and you need to just not. Mm-mm. Don't entertain any of that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. At all. At all. There's an uptick in parasitic activity and whatever creepy person you're dealing with, they probably possess. I'm just okay. I won't freak you guys out. Are you kidding? No, I'm actually kind of serious. So I'm going to stop because you're going to get freaked out. Don't deal with that. Don't entertain that in any way, shape, or form. Be very clear, be very blunt, be very direct. Just very. Okay. If it's a creepy person, you just need to not allow that to progress. Now, for the non-creepy person, they're not progressing because they're not willing to grow. They're not willing to change. They're struggling to overcome whatever feelings that they have. They just can't let go. They're in love with you. They are. They're in love with you. I got a big mouth. I'm so sorry. Michael says I wasn't supposed to say that. But they are. I already said it. I already said it. I don't know who I'm talking to, but they're so in love with you. They can't let it go. I don't know if you've ever even dated. They can't let it go though. It's like they try to, they go through these processes and they try so hard and they're like, I don't need them. I don't need them. I don't know that I'm just mad. No, they're not mad at you. They're not mad at you. They're playing mad. They're mad that they don't have the courage to approach you and let you know and speak up about it because they don't, you're quite possibly the one person they cannot get a read on. How sad. They've been using their abilities to get a read on people. So, mm. They can't read you though, because their feelings about you are so intense, so strong that it completely puts them in a space of um, uncomfortable uncertainty. They're so accustomed to being able to work the energy, work the environment, get their way. And with you, they can't do that. That's funny to me. Um, that's definitely funny to me. Wait, hold on. Michael says there's some videos that I need to share. What videos, sir? Could you please tell me? Tell me what videos. What is this one? I don't know what it's about. Okay, no, not that one. This one's are you guys Piscean? Is it a Piscean thing? Okay, that's it. That's it. Y'all need to laugh with me. If you're Piscean and see, you got to be careful about the way you joke around because you be hurting people's feelings. They be thinking like, "Oh, you like me too." And do you? Or are you just being a typical Piscean? I mean, okay. But these are all like, hold on, guys. Okay, we're sending this too. You guys need to hear these. What happened? Hi, Sheldon. Okay, this first and foremost. I'm gonna die. This right here, first and foremost. Okay, hold on. this one, this one is potent. It's potent. Okay. All right. Just all right. Here goes. It says when you were only fake flirting because you were bored and now they're sending you good morning texts.
Oh no! Oh no!
Let's watch it again.
Oh no!
Okay. Now, here's the thing. You know exactly who this is for you. You know exactly what's happening. You playing like you don't know who this is for you. Okay? You know exactly who this is to you, for you. Hold up. We calling you all the way out. We call and sexy Jesus, why I think of you when that video came up. Did I forward that to you? I think I forwarded it to you, and I was like, Pisces Sagittarius, that's what you get. that's what you get. If you're dealing with a Piscean or a Sagittarius, you just need to ask them straight up, are you joking? Are you joking or are you serious? Is this serious? Are you serious? Do you really like me? Or are you just being your Piscean Sagittarian self? Oh, and Gemini. and Gemini. Calling you all out. Okay, here goes. Let's show this guy.
Something I love about being autistic is that I'm super observant, but I can also come across like I don't know what's going on. When you're masking your autism, you kind of have to always pay attention to the environment around you, make sure you're adhering to social norms. And for me, observation's like a reflex. But I also can come across pretty aloof sometimes because I've probably already predicted the conversation that's going to happen because neurotypicals are really predictable.
Right. So, what's that tell you? You've already observed. You know exactly how they feel. You just playing right now. You just playing right now. Stop playing with them because they super miss you already. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to move forward. If you also feel the same, can you just please do you both a favor and address this already? Please. Please. Just address it already. Address it. Address it. If this is something you're not willing to pursue, or entertain their pursuit of you, can you just let them know that they're in the graveyard already? They're in the relationship graveyard and they can't come back like it's Pet Cemetery because we all know how that movie ended. We're just not doing that. We're not doing that. And you've already been buried in the Pet Cemetery. You don't get to come back. You're not the kitten named Church. You're not coming back. You're not the little boy with a little scalpel. You're not coming back. This is, you guys, this has to be resolved already. Like, can this be the year that you resolve whatever unfinished business you have with other people? Because it's so taxing. It's so taxing. It's so taxing. It is taking so much from the both of you, and it seems as though this is something that really is a soul-based connection for those that this message is for. This is like a soul-based connection, and so you're not gonna be able to like Uno reverse this. You're not gonna be able to Gandalf it, you know. The visual of Gandalf. You shall not pass. No, boo, you're not going to pass this. This needs to be addressed. I think this is Palladorian contract type stuff. Let's go ahead and let's pull 3 cards because y'all need some guidance right now. Y'all need some guidance. I don't know. Someone's missing you tremendously. Oh, is that what it is? Oh. Uh-oh. I think I need a hug from my husband. This is intense. Okay, so I'll tell you part of what Michael said. Michael said a lot of what's happening right now is because the stronger one of the two has actually moved forward and your energy has been retracted. Your energy has been pulled back. And that is what's causing the whole sense of like devastation again. Uh, so, anyways, I'm going to be teaching people how to work their energy, how to better define your energetic space, utilize your abilities to maintain your auric field. If you'd like me to teach you, go ahead and click on this QR code or the link in the comment. I also encourage you to consider joining us for our conversation later today. It's going to be in about an hour and a half. We're going to talk about all kind of different things. The state of the energy, some of the things you need to prepare for. If you are interested in starting a business of your own and you feel like this intense desire to start a business because it's time, you keep feeling like it's time, but you don't know what you're supposed to do, check out the Soul Based Business Mentorship. This can help you to really figure out what it is you need to do and when. Also, I'll be going live tomorrow on TikTok. Michael is so irritated with me. What? What? It's the Emmy Evolving channel. It's not the Emmy and Michael channel. Hush your fuss. Hush your fuss. Ah. Okay. All right. We're gonna do this. 7 21 21 21 21. Sorry. Okay. So we have that. How to fix that. I'm gonna be having a protection tea party. Because some of us need some protection from ourselves. Just kind of fixing this. Okay. So I was supposed to do this earlier, but I didn't because, yes, I have a hamster rave for a brain. Michael, tell me, there's like so many hamsters in my brain that compose my brain, and none of them like you. He said that's mean. I know, right? None of us like you, Michael. All of us feel like you are annoying. All of me, myself, and I. He says, you don't feel that way when I am saving your butt. Tell me the last time you saved my butt. I like to think I saved myself. We can spar after this if you'd like. Because I feel like, really though, you're just a glorified babysitter. I get along lovely without your presence. I do. I know. Now I'm just being really mean. I know it's part of my charm, isn't it? He's laughing. Yeah, no, you irritate me though. Like all seriousness, you irritate me. Let's see. Okay, here it is. All right, so that is going to be available for you guys. All right. There. Okay. So if you would like me to work on you, I'm going to be live tomorrow. You need to make sure that whatever this is that's happening, be open to receiving the messages you need to receive. Be very, very open to it. Don't necessarily take everything in as an absolute truth, but be open to receiving whatever messages you need to receive. Let's take that down and then let's get 3 cards. Let's see. I know Michael irritates me, sexy Jesus. I'm still pissed about my earring. All right. Here goes. Card 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Here goes. Let's do card number 2. Okay. Part of fortune increase. Card number 45. Oh, we're doing 2. So for those of you who chose 2, there it is. There it is. So let's see. Card number 45. 4 is the number of self. 5 is the number of change. It's time to allow yourself to change, to shift. Fortune favors the brave. It's time for you to be brave. Okay. Let's see. The part of fortune is just one of the lots among several used in astrology. However, it is considered the most important one. Lots are known as Arabic parts. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Western astrology picked up the Arabian and Persian practice of reading lots in a horoscope. Lots are based upon mathematical calculations. The part of fortune is the same distance from the longitude of the ascendant as the moon lies from the sun. So if the sun and moon are conjunct, that is almost perfectly aligned, then the part of fortune will fall on the ascendant. None of this makes sense to me. Many look upon the part of fortune as moon energy, which means the talents and gifts it endows upon an individual are both nascent and unconscious. It's as if its powers are waiting beneath the surface of water. And when that water is stirred by action or thought, those talents and gifts emerge. Okay. So this is telling me this is the reason why I was told to put this up here. For some of you, what's happening right now is that you're needing something or someone to trigger these latent gifts, these gifts that you have access to, but you don't know, you're not aware it exists. That's what the soul based business mentorship does. It helps to focus your attention on the areas of focus that your soul wants you to focus on. When you align certain things, that flow of abundance is tremendous. It's tremendous. You can make massive, massive life changing maneuvers within your life. Minimal upstart, minimal seed money necessary. Minimal. But you have to know which direction you need to go. You need to know some of the general instructions that are being given by your soul. If you can receive the information that's necessary, and I'm sorry. If you can receive the instruction that's necessary and really put into play what your soul is telling you to do, because some people will do, other people will not. Because some of the instruction from soul is very confusing. Like it doesn't make sense. But then later it makes sense because it becomes something after you've seen how some of the details play out, it becomes something where it's like, oh my God, I can see exactly where this is going. I don't know. Some people's energies just make me want to. Just gonna put this all the way on. And I'm going to leave the hoodie on too. Anyways. Anyways. because there's a lot of things that are being pushed into your manifestation template, and these things need the fuel. You're being given instruction probably directly already, but you're not receiving it. If you allow yourself to receive without, I hear the word contorting the message without distorting it, bending it to fit your preconceived notion. That's why I heard the word contort. Let's define contortion. Twist or bend out of normal shape. Let's see. Late Middle English from Latin contort, twisted round, brandished. Contorquere. Together twist. You're twisting a divine message with your already, I hate to say this, deformed perception of how this is supposed to play out. That's why it's not going through. So what's an example of this? I can't think of an example. Let me just keep reading. I think for some of you who chose the second card, you have a divine abundance that's trying to find its way to you. And because of your avoidance of certain things, it's not going to reach you. When the part of fortune card turns up in a reading, it means a time when things begin to flow more easily and you'll have your success. But success and how it will come about and how long it will take will very much depend upon the surrounding cards and your surrounding decisions. You may want to take advantage of this time of easy flow to resolve conflicts. It's time to heal that toxic situation, which has been so difficult to overcome. So then that's when this masculine energy comes in. I think something got distorted. This could either represent a person or it could represent the effect a person has had on you. It could be a father figure for all we know. It could be the type of man you grew up to be because of the distorted perceptions you were surrounded by in your environment as a child. This very distorted, convoluted ethos. It was never in alignment with the way you are and what you're supposed to do. But because you were immersed in that, it became normalized. And that is what's conflicting with you receiving the instruction from soul. Okay. Since the part of fortune mostly means gifts, you may want to take on another area of study or master another art form. You are more creative and in tune with your imagination as well as your emotions. This card also means that benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. um, I'm not going to say it. Since fortune is fate, it will very well seem as if you've just stumbled onto them. Disagreements are improbable, but if they happen, you'll likely take the high road. Um, Another area that looks extremely fortunate is anything to do with public relations or promoting. Okay, so was I reading for you, Sexy Jesus? Okay, the thing I didn't want to say immediately when when I heard this line, where is it? This card also means that benefits will suddenly be placed in your path. Immediately, what pops in my head is that movie Friends with Benefits. So be careful of that. Not to shoehorn you into any type of stereotypical male role or caricature of a male, but be careful of people who are trying to insert themselves into your life as a friend with benefits. Um, So, this is a period of recognition and achievement. Your overall popularity is increasing, and some type of recognition is on its way. It's also a favorable time for learning, teaching, or taking exams. You may want to do good and honor others. Through this, you will gain respect and opportunity. You need to make sure that you really allow yourself to receive whatever instruction from soul you're needing to receive, because this is a massive opportunity for those who chose number 2. Um, you will heartily share what you have gained for yourself with others. Injustices of any kind will challenge and rouse you into action. If your question is in regards to romance or any other type of relationship, know that the situation is a fated one. You can't avoid this. You can't avoid this. Whatever this is, you cannot avoid it. So, for those who chose number 2, you cannot avoid this. Your soul is watching you. It's meant for both of you to help fulfill each other's calling. This will not be a relationship you can ever move away from easily. I'm telling you, they've been struggling to convince themselves that you don't mean nothing to them. You mean everything to them. You mean literally everything to them. They can't stop thinking about I bet you they think about you when they cook their food. They think about you first thing when they wake up, last thing before they fall asleep. I bet they dream about you. I bet they consistently look and look and look to see if there's any updates about you. That's why I don't post nothing about my personal life on nothing. I'm telling you. No. 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 You guys need to do something about this. This needs to be resolved. Now, here's the thing. If you've already done something about this, meaning you've reached out trying to resolve it, you've done what you need to do. There's nothing else you need to do if they didn't respond, if they didn't accept the olive branch or whatever it is. You've done your part. Now, what's happening is you're being told how it's playing out for them because they still wanted to continue this cycle of like, I can hold out longer than you. Well, then hold out. Dangle yourself. Dangle-lang all you want. Let them dangle themselves all they want. You just carry on with your life. Because unless it's a reciprocal thing, right? Where you can speak as equals openly. I mean, what is it? Don't play into a game. Don't play into a game. And that's just that. Okay. This will not be a relationship you can ever move away from easily. Destiny is involved, so together you are called to achieve and master higher things that would be more difficult had you not met each other. Maybe this, whoever this is for you, is simply a person who's being used as the impetus for certain types of growth, the trigger that's being pulled to propel you forward. Maybe this type of reading triggers you and it causes you to surge enough energy to bust through barriers that exist within yourself. Maybe that's what your contractual agreement is. Who knows? Who knows? In this, there will be challenges, even though the love will always remain. Your desire to fly is strong at this moment. Any shackles previously placed are being smashed, and you are experiencing a release. Moving ahead is what this card is all about. Madame Fortune smiles upon you. Yes. So, whatever you really, as long as it's aligned, okay? Whatever you really set your mind to that's aligned with what your soul has planned for you, it's going to happen for you. It is going to happen for you. Excuse me. Next, we have card number 3. All right. No. Hi, ugly. Okay. Number 3. If you chose number 3, this card is for you. Card number 21, Sagittarius. 2 plus 1 is 3. Solid foundation from which to build. All right. Why do you want me to read the dates? I dislike it when you make requests of me, Michaela. I dislike it. I do. Because your requests always seem loaded. And I say, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey. Okay, here, Sagittarius, I see. He asked me to read the dates November 22nd to December 21st. Luck is not chance, it's toil. Fortune's expensive smile is earned. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Blocked. Anyways, you're just about ready to hit your mark. The sign of Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter and is a mutable, easygoing fire sign. The ancient symbol for Sagittarius is a half man, half horse. He's a runner. He's a track star. Are you dealing with a runner? Are you the runner? Ooh. That's okay, because even if you run, the centaur is a creature trained in the art of archery who always manages to hit his mark no matter how far he roams. Even if you run and you can hit that mark, you can hit that mark. So work on your accuracy. Sagittarians are honest, candid, and not afraid to speak the truth. Since this freedom loving fire sign is not offended by the truth, he's often surprised when others take offense to his words. Sorry. Sagittarians are drawn to religious ideas, even though sometimes they deny it. They will go through periods of not being religious at all and claim not to believe in anything, even bucking against authority. Okay. Sagittarians are highly idealistic, creative, outdoorsy, and have a great sense of play and fun. They are also extremely restless and would prefer not to stay in the same spot. Instead, they would rather roam. Sagittarians dislike routine, so are encumbered by the usual 9 to 5 job. They may end up as magicians, fire eaters, tattoo artists, entertainers. You know, I know people who do all of those things. Oh, I hang with an entertaining rowdy bunch. Entertainers, publishers, literary agents, clergy, tutors, bookstore owners, and whatever does not require any set schedule. Sagittarians tend to be rather lucky, but have a habit of not handling money well and will sometimes squander any wealth that comes to them. This includes energy. This includes energy. Don't squander your energy. Don't waste it on things that don't need to be wasted on. Okay. Let's see. They are confident, which makes them highly attractive and popular, drawing to them what they need. Sagittarians also have integrity and will not go along with anything unfair or underhand. There's always exceptions to that. I know a Sagittarian who's shady as fuck, super crooked. Like I knew. Let me get that situated. I knew a Sagittarian who was super crooked. And I was just like, no, bitch. No. Hmm. Oh, okay. So that I'm okay. I'm like, why did that pop in my head? Because you have to know that sometimes people will hide the reality of who they are. So for those who chose the third card, this is a person who is really good at pulling in that amazing Sagittarian energy. Sagittarius has amazing energy, right? Amazing. Wait, what happened? Okay. Um hmm. This might be an individual that you're dealing with that is presenting as a Sagittarius type energy. Very lovely, very honest, just super fun to be around. But behind that mask, something really sinister is being hidden from you. Be very careful. Be very, very, very careful. Okay? Be very careful. Let's see. Oh, the Archer sign does not want an ordinary life. I'm wondering if that is indicative of whoever this dishonorable person is. They think they have it in their head that you are who they will use to get more than just an ordinary life, to build something off of. You need to be careful about people like that. Don't make the mistake of thinking it's okay. You want to help them. It's fine. It is not fine. It is one thing for someone to come to you asking for help, asking for promotion, assistance, guidance. It's a whole nother thing for someone to hatch a crazy ass malignant plan that involves the exploitation of you. That is absolutely not okay. It is never okay. It is never okay. So that's something you have to keep in mind, okay? When this card turns up in a reading, freedom at the current time is essential. This is someone trying to shackle you down. You will feel the need to fight against restrictions of any kind and want everything out in the open. You want to know where you stand. So there's a potentiality that this is someone who keeps you fairly unbalanced. Like you don't know where you stand with them. And they use that as a bargaining chip. They use that as a way to hold the power. Because if you don't know where you stand with someone, you probably have a tendency to go out of your way to prove to them how worthy of love, connection, and commitment you are. And you will continue to do that because you don't know where you stand. This is not looking good. This is not looking good. Sagittarius is a sign representing large animals, especially horses and big dogs. You may soon be acquiring a new pet, or it may be that animals are already part of your life. Like these beautiful beasts, you love that sense of wildness and being in the open air. I'm wondering I'm wondering if the message for some of you is that they see you as this wild thing and they want to tame you. They don't want you. They like the novelty of you and being able to tame you. The type of clout that would get them because they're the one that tamed you. No one else has been able to tame you. This is so not good. You might embrace a new philosophy, enroll in classes of higher learning, or begin to study churches or religions. A visit to a casino or other area where gambling takes place could likely come about. I'm wondering if you're thinking, like, I can take a gamble on this, I can make it work. That's how you lose all your money in the casino. So sometimes, and I haven't been in many moons. No, I think it's been a couple years actually since I've been to a casino. Um, there's this thing that happens. There's an electromagnetic field around a slot machine, around everything. There's an electromagnetic field. Anyways, theoretically, we're speaking hypothetically, theoretically, just kind of, yeah, just theoretical story type. Theoretically, if you're sensitive to electromagnetic fields and you understand how to modulate frequency and utilize the laws of reciprocal reflection, You can encourage the electromagnetic field to result in specific outcomes. Yes. But you need to have a charge built up to be able to be the dominant energy. When you don't have that charge built up, theoretically speaking, of course, it's just all theories, your energy will fluctuate, and that in itself becomes a gamble. Will it surge enough right before the outcome is solidified? Or will it dip low enough that now that electromagnetic field you're attempting to dominate is feeding off of you? And when it feeds off of you, it doesn't just feed off your energy, it feeds off of your currency, your money. So, general rule of thumb, if I don't feel dominant in my space, I'm not gambling. Why? Because it's not a gamble, it's a guaranteed loss. The only thing you're gambling on is how much you're going to lose. If you could turn it around last minute. Anger usually does that. You get angry that you've lost like $700, $800, $1,000, $2,000. It then becomes a thing of like, no, give me my fucking money back. And then I don't know, who knows? Maybe you just break even and then you're like, okay, I'm done. That was fun. I'm done. You'll likely be fortunate and win in this venture as long as you don't proceed recklessly. Being reckless in your assumption of what you can and cannot handle, the degree of dominance you have over the field that you are playing in, that's a gamble. That's reckless. It's a good time to take a gamble. Go ahead. Go ahead. Your future looks promising because you're ready to expand and grow beyond your limits. If you do encounter difficulties, you'll surmount them easily and move forward to your next lucky break in life, which should be coming soon. So, for some of you who chose card number 3, you've been kind of down in the dumps, right? And so now you're going to kind of just, what does parlay mean? I don't do that type of gambling. Parlay. Take turn an initial stake or winnings from a previous bet into a greater amount by gambling. Oh, that word absolutely works. A cumulative series of bets in which winnings accruing from each transaction are used as a stake for a future bet. Transform into something greater or more valuable. Are you being parlayed? So in slang, parlay is to use one's money, talent, or other assets to achieve a desired objective as spectacular wealth or success. Okay, what are you parlaying? Yourself. You have all these things that have happened that have been working in your favor without you realizing, because it hasn't been working in your favor exactly in the way you pictured it should work out. But it's been in your favor this entire time. Ooh, wee. I'd place it all. These type of odds intrigue me. I would bet it all. I would bet it all, and I would allow myself to surge unrestricted and become the dominant energy in that space. Long ago, long ago, I went to Vegas. I've shared this before. I went to Vegas with 2 associates, and it was this thing of uh, they believed that we could force the odds in our favor. They believed we will all win. And then This person told us, um, hey, you go to this one table in this one casino, and they told us exactly where it is at. And they were like, you wait for the server with a cha-chas, and you'll win, because every time they go and those conditions are met, they win. And so they didn't have dominant energy, so they didn't win. I typically don't allow my energy to enter into a dominant space to that degree. But here was the thing. When we went to that specific table, there was a guy who had been there for quite some time, and he had stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of chips. He was drunk off his ass. And still to this day, if someone who is intoxicated is breathing on me, I become intoxicated too. It gets me very tipsy. Like, I'm very sensitive to alcohol. So he happens to be right beside me. The table is full at this point, and I'm placing my bets, and he's just like belligerent drunk, like just all his breath all over. And I'm just like, oh, I'm starting to feel tipsy. And then we start joking around. And he's talking about how he's going to win. I'm like, damn right. Oh, he starts talking about how I'm going to win. And I'm like, damn right. And so I placed my bets. And at one point I was like, I'm going to put a couple on there. I like the feeling of that. That's it. That's mine. And then they went ahead and they spin the thing. And then she pushes the little ball and it's like and it's spinning. And then it stops. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And I don't think I won anything. And he goes, you won. And I was like, yeah. And I'm thinking that I won like $20 or something. I still don't know how much those chips cost. I don't know how much each chip costs. I don't know if it's like $20 a chip. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. But so she takes my coin and she smiles at me, and I'm like, but that one, that one. And I thought she smiled at me like I lost. And so she takes my chip, and then she starts stacking. They were high stacks, like she held it like this. It was a considerable stack. And she pulls it apart from all the others. And then she looks at me, she smiles, and I was like, oh, is that for me? And then she pulls it back, and I was like, oh, that was fucking mean. Why you play with me like that? And then the security guy is there, and she nods at him, he nods at her, and she puts it back in the stack. And I was like, I don't know how to play this game. And then she hands me a much smaller stack. And then the guy starts screaming again. He's like, you won! You won! And I was like, oh, yay! But I was like, but why did she take all that stack? Are they like worth $1 each or something? Like, how much is this? She handed me a small stack of $500 chips. And I was like, oh, they come in that size? They come in that size? And let me tell you, my associates were pissed. They were pissed. Why? Because they didn't win. You see, if you don't have a dominant energy, you can't affect your field in whatever way you want. Not everyone who has a dominant energy utilizes it in a dominant way. A lot of people who are healthy in their dominance, they have no interest in dominating. But just because you have no interest in dominating others doesn't mean you can't use your dominant energy to push the outcome that you prefer. They don't teach you this about manifestation. You need to have a specific skill set to be able to do it. And you know what's funny? Um, during that trip, so we left that table because I was like, I'm done. This guy's drunk. I'm done. They wanted me to play more, and I'm just like, no, I'm good. He real loud. He's blowing up the whole spot, and I'm kind of just like, I'm feeling tipsy. I don't want to play here. So we go to another roulette table, and that one, it was much quieter, much quieter, and the people were noticing that everything that I put a bet on, it wins, right? And the more we all would win, the more I was less hesitant to dominate the outcome. And after a while, one guy goes, "We're waiting on you. Whatever you bet on, we're all waiting." And so it kept going. And I stayed at that table for maybe like 30, 40 minutes. And then I was like, okay, I'm done. This is getting boring. And I told them exactly what to bet on. They didn't want me to leave. And I was like, no, I got to go. I got to go. I told them what to bet on. And they're like, okay, that's what we're doing. And I left and I went to go cash out my chips. And then I realized I didn't have my ID. I couldn't find my ID. So I went back to that table. And the guy was like, look at the board, look at the board. Um, the entire board, every spin during the time I was gone, the outcome was that specific number that I said. I mean, what are the odds? What are the odds? And the thing was, I was just so happy for them to win. I loved it. And so that energy stuck because it's a dominant energy. I didn't pull it away from me. I wanted them to win. I didn't realize that leaving the energy there would force that same outcome every single spin, to the degree where security was there. They changed out the person. They changed out the person and everything because they were like, no, this is not natural. And then they were like, give us one more number. And it turned out my ID was in my pocket the whole time. They asked me to give them another number, which I did. And then I just left. I didn't go back. So use your dominant energy. Use it to secure the outcome that you know you've worked so hard to earn. Use it. So we're going to do the first card. If you chose number 1, your card is 44, Solar Eclipse Revolution. Ooh, you're about to go through something. You're about to stand face to face with an equal. Excuse me. 4 is a number of self. When you put the number 44, that is someone who is a mirror of you, standing side by side with you. It's a point of convergence. 4 plus 4 is 8, which is the number of convergence. 2 separate consciousness commingling for all of eternity. Revolution is actually something that starts in individual hearts. Ooh. This card spells out change. It has to do with feeling, with the heart space. Eclipses, both solar and lunar, are the earliest forecasting tools used in astrology. Through these dramatic sky events, the ancients understood major transformations were about to happen. And since these eclipses look so dramatic, ancient people greatly feared them. In other words, when it comes to eclipses, something has to die for better things to be born. I guess whoever this person is that's your equal, the version of them that currently exists has to first be laid to rest. That's the version that is riddled with insecurity, with fear, with wounding from earlier in life. And that's the very reason why they're not able to approach you in the way that they need to approach you or want to approach you. Let's see. In essence, this is about a blackout and means we must focus on what is directly in front of us. Usually a change or a shock is in store, which may not be welcome, but is necessary to move us forward. When this card turns up in a reading, you can expect swift changes that end one chapter and start a new one. You may have felt something would eventually happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt and you're reeling over the sudden change. Oh, Do I need to say that out loud? Okay. Come closer. We're going to have to whisper this because this is intense. Whoever this is for you, it was a third party circumstance, wasn't it? So they went with someone else. Maybe they didn't know how you felt or whatever it is. Regardless, they were in a relationship with someone else or they used someone else as a safety net. And this has been ongoing the entire time. That person has been around, kept as a safety net, a security blanket. Well, they've been thinking of you this whole time. Here's the doozy. I think their security blanket is finally moving forward without them. Ooh, they're in for a shock. This upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe, so you can embark on new territories or even venture to a strange new terrain, but it will be daunting, see? The very security blanket that's kept them locked in this same space of, like, having pushed you away and not being able to move forward from you either. These events may seem like negatives at first, a divorce, the end to a relationship, being forced to move, or even losing your job. Eclipses tend to affect relationships for most, however, and so you may soon see stressors and upsetting changes in the relational supports you've counted on. For whatever reason, these may be taken away either for a time being, but perhaps permanently. So the assumption here, oh my God, my whole head is tingling. The assumption here is their security blanket is moving on to a new relationship. Maybe they haven't been in a relationship in a while, but they've been in each other's lives. Maybe they're like, besties with benefits or something like that. But the security blanket is now interested in someone else, and that someone else is going to dictate that they are not allowed to continue that friendship in the way that it's been continuing. Shots fired. Shots fired. Okay, I'll stop messing around. It's the muzzle to my because Michael's trying to muzzle me. Shots are fired. This is bad. This person is gonna just Michael's like, "Are you celebrating this?" No, I'm not celebrating, but this is a really messed up situation. So the one thing you can count on is that your life will go through a complete rearrangement of sorts. The energies are saying that it's necessary to be cruel before being kind. Um Eclipses are not always about the downside. Instead, you may find yourself having to dive in, change something, fix something, or create something you hadn't really thought of, but will work out brilliantly. That ends up transforming your life all the ways you've hoped for, maybe beyond your wildest imaginings. All in all, when the solar eclipse card turns up, um, solar eclipse card turns up, it implies you're being forced to make a decision to act on it. There will be no stepping away from it, even though you may not have been consciously aware of just how much certain issues were not working. Now is the time to begin anew and start that new chapter in the book of life. So for those who chose number one, there's going to be some tremendous changes. There's going to be tremendous, tremendous changes. Flow with it. Flow with it. And I think you'll see that the greatest outcome that could have possibly ever happened is what these changes are about. It's going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to be something that, I think for some, they're going to fight against this. That's going to hurt more. That's going to hurt more. I have this weird way of dealing with pain. I can sedate the receptors, but that doesn't take away the sensation of pressure. When the pressure is too great, it then breaks the concentration, which re-triggers the activation of pain receptors. So it's a very delicate balance that needs to really be maintained, right? Now, when I've had to do things that require pain mitigation and I'm not able to sustain the focus for as long as it needs to be sustained, there's another thing that can happen. You can just allow the pain to be experienced for what it is, knowing that you are strictly just in the moment and that with every moment, that sensation will change. And eventually there will be a moment. It might be the next, it might be the next, it might be the next after that. You don't know. But eventually that sensation will change and the pain will dissipate. And you just hold on until the next moment, which is the moment that ceases the triggering of pain sensation arrives. I'm allergic to lidocaine, novocaine, all the canes. I'm allergic to all the canes. I can't have any numbing stuff. So one time I needed to get a crown put in. I had a need for a root canal, my very first root canal. And I experience anaphylaxis if I get numbers injected into me. So we couldn't do that. Well, I did the entire extensive root canal with no medications. At first, I numbed it myself. And then I couldn't sustain the focus long enough because they were working on me for, I want to say like 2 hours. After the first hour was done, my brain was exhausted. And so I just allowed myself to experience the pain and allowed that pain to register in my brain all of the hurtful moments I've lived so that I could be aware of where that lives inside my body and allow the fascia that holds that trauma to begin releasing that trauma. There's ways to mitigate everything. You just need to understand the way you function. The most efficient, effective way to mitigate something that hurts so badly is to release your need to control the way it is experienced. If you release the need to control the way it's experienced, you can focus on simply being present in the moment and how that moment will continue to shift. That is the only given in life. That is the only absolute as a human being. That change is inevitable. It is inevitable. So allow the change. Allow yourself to get through the process. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. For some, it's going to hurt a lot. And the amount of pain you experience is highly contingent on how stubborn you are and how hard you hold on to something that you clearly need to let go of. The choice is yours, though, how you experience this. Someone misses you tremendously. And maybe what I'm talking about is the process they're in. Regardless, I'm going to be going into the sanctuary in about 30 minutes, and we're going to have an in-depth conversation about all sorts of things that are happening in energy, happening in spirit. If you'd like to join us for this exclusive chat, it's a congregation member only chat. It's a very sacred space. Click on that QR code or the link in the comment and sign up for a recurring contribution for our church. These recurring contributions, because it's not a membership, it's simply us meeting in a secure space for church. If you are in the United States, it counts as an official donation. We are an official church recognized by the government. So you can help, you can be a part of it, and you can be immersed in a very sacred space to help you process your journey. I got to get going, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live.